Hi everyone. Welcome to Coffee with Caregiver Gramma. Grab a cup of coffee and sit with me for a few minutes. Today I want to tell you about a resident who was absolutely convinced that I was his wife. This resident had dementia, and sometimes people with dementia can become confused about who people are. For some reason, he had it in his mind that I was his wife. Now, I tried many times to gently remind him that I wasn't his wife, but it didn't seem to matter. In his mind, that's who I was. Most of the time, it wasn't really a problem. He was usually very calm and pleasant, and I would just talk with him and help him with whatever he needed. But one day, something happened that I still laugh about when I think of it. I happened to be off work that day, but later I heard from some of the staff about what had been going on. Apparently, he had been sitting up by the nurse's station calling out my name. And he wasn't just calling my name. He was very upset. He was telling everyone that I had taken all of his money and run off with another man. The staff were trying to calm him down, but he was quite convinced that this had happened. Of course, none of it was true. When I heard about it later, I couldn't help but laugh a little, just because it was such a wild story. But moments like that also remind you how confusing dementia can be for someone who is experiencing it. In his mind, the story was completely real. Working in caregiving, you sometimes see situations like that, where someone's mind creates a reality that feels very real to them. It can be challenging at times, but it can also lead to some very unexpected and memorable moments. That resident definitely kept life interesting. And it's one of those stories that still makes me smile when I think about it. If you enjoy stories like this, feel free to like and subscribe and leave a comment. I will be sharing more caregiving stories here. Thanks for sitting down for coffee with me today.